Hey guys, it's me Levon, Loaded Operator 7, and today you are looking at my harvest for the afternoon. In the morning I get about 20 of them, so we get about 50 eggs total a day. It's some of the most delicious eggs I've ever had in my life, and that's just coming from me, that's coming from everybody that I give them to. We have friends around here, and a couple we consider family, and we give additional surplus and stuff like that to the food banks. And we get our tax credit and all that stuff, or at least we will be this year, because we're applying for our farmer status tax shebango, whatever that thing is. And we're going to be a farm. So, as for that, I'm also thinking of getting in the firewood business, because I have a truck down there that's got my bucket lift truck that I have. It's a man lift or whatever, one of those trucks that'll put you all the way up in the air, one of those big buckets. And the thing is very old, but it has maybe 5 or 6 hydraulic pistons on it that are heavy duty, especially the 2 feet that hold the whole body down to the ground, that stabilizes the unit when you get up in the bucket. But that thing is quite old, and I don't picture myself getting in that bucket and going up 40 feet, especially because the guy who sold it to me had me sign a waiver saying if this thing kills you, I'm not responsible for it. And that all being said and done, I would have to replace some of the hydraulic lines in the boom, which will be costly. And not only that, they are quite old, and I wouldn't trust my life to being 40 or 50 feet in the air and have one of those lines burst, and yeah, all that stuff. So I'm going to turn that truck into my hydraulic processor. I'm going to buy a trailer, or get a trailer, and I'm going to start welding a base to it, basically. And I'm going to take all the pistons off of that guy. I'm going to take the 2 feet pistons, that the heavy-duty pistons, and I'm going to build a side-by-side splitting unit. So basically, when I'm cutting the log and the log falls, if one of the pistons is in working order, already pushing a log through, then it'll fall into the chamber that does not have a log in it and push that one through a log splitter. So I'll have like a big double barrel pistons on that thing. That's my idea, at least. I got the pump on the unit, so what I'll do is I'll just make it an electric unit. I'll probably go to Harbor Freight and get an electric motor, something strong enough to spin that pump, and thus run all the hydraulics. Or the obviously other option would be a gas-powered, but at the price of gas nowadays, and I just don't want to have to frickin' deal with something gas-powered failing me out. Well, I guess my generator would be a good thing, because at least I know that thing's dependable, but I don't know. I don't know. If I can find a Honda motor, I'll put a Honda motor on it. And yeah, so that's where we're at with the log splitting thing. Otherwise, we get the eggs every day. We get about this many in the afternoon. So my girls are a little lazy, and I like to pop them out later in the day. And then in the morning, I collect about 2 dozen as well. So that being said, all these logs I harvested these guys myself. We have an arborist who puts the super big stuff, and then the stuff with a lot of knots on it. He puts all that stuff outside, and he lets actually people come and take whatever they want. So I take my kid to school, drop her off, and then I have some fun with my monster chainsaw. And that's the only way you're going to cut these big rounds, is if you got something with a 36-inch bar plus and a pretty powerful head behind it. So that all said and done, speaking of the powerful head, I'm on down here. The steel that was given to me, that big-ass chainsaw, is what brought this big tree down. I had called about that. There's a little branch that used to stick out over there, and when it got heavy loaded with snow, the thing would lean pretty close to my power lines. I got 3 power lines that go this way. You probably can see or can't. And then when I called him to come and look at that, he's like, how the hell did I not see that? Because my gate's like right there. And then I told him about the dead Douglas fir that's lying on the ground right there. And he was nice enough to say, you know what, since we're here, we'll just take that thing down for you. And I was like, wow, that's much obliged, is what I told the man, because I didn't know any arborists to come and do that. So they came and they dropped. This thing was huge, by the way. It was about 120, 130-foot tree. And the crew was 25-year-old kids, is what I would call them. Young adults, I should say, not kids. But there was a young girl, maybe 25 years old, who got in the bucket, and the bucket lift took her 60 feet into the air or so. She climbed out of the bucket and strapped herself to the tree and climbed the rest of the way up to just about this point. Oh, shut up! Look at him, look at him. Hey, look at him, look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's gonna kill us. Oh, I'm gonna attack you. Oh, get the heck out of here. You keep breaking the water bowl. Don't break the water bowl. Morons. So she climbed pretty much all the way up the tree to where it was just like literally doing this. And I was like, yo, is that safe? And I like, she knows what she's doing. Tied the guide rope that the two dudes pulled on, and that brought the top section down. And then the bottom section, they couldn't get their saw started, so I just gave them my big ass saw and they cut it down with that thing. And then I got a lot of work. There's a lot more than this. There's 2 sections there that you're not seeing of this tree. So this is a huge tree. And I'm telling you, it's a big one. Just give you an idea of how big we're talking here. And I mean, who the hell was I going to call to take this damn tree down? I had no idea. So I was very happy that they were able to do that for me. That's a big ass tree, man. That's a big ass tree. So that all being said and done, they cut these guys off, and every time they hit the ground it was like a boom boom, the boom boom. My wife was freaking out in the house. But yeah, so I got all my wood covered up because every now and then it'll get a little bit more moisture than I like. And then those guys were free. They were nice and dry, and I just dragged them complete like that onto the back of the truck. And cut that stuff up. And I got some friends, gentlemen that gave me my chainsaw, Tom and Bev. I'm going to give them some kindlings and some dried up pieces. I've been promising them that I'll be helping them. They had a bunch of cut up wood down there on their property. And just the whole fiasco of this year and all the crazy stuff we've been through this year, I haven't had a chance to catch up. So the other day we were leaving and they were down there, and the 5-6 minutes that I had, I jumped out of the truck while Carrie was talking to Bev, and there was like numerous wheelbarrows full of the logs. Like Tom was cutting them, I was just loading them up and throwing them. I stacked pretty much half the damn truck back into the truck and just loaded as much as I could because I had to go pick up my daughter. And yeah, and that was it. So I'm going to give them a bunch of kindling, and I got a bunch of dried stuff that I'm going to split and give that to them as well, because they were super kind and very nice. They gave me, actually my previous videos where it shows me with my truck loading all the logs in the back of it with the winch. That was the stuff that they gave me for free. There was a bunch of wood that was on their property, and that was going to get taken away. Basically, we're going to clear that area. And it was basically like tops of Douglas fir. Nice stuff, about 8-10 inches in diameter. But they said, I don't know if it was a logging contract or they were going to come and clear out whatever was left or whatever they said. But I went and I harvested a lot of that. That truck was full, and I easily got about a half a quart out of that mess that they had. I think I went 1 or 2 times and collected. So I'm going to take them some as well. Hey. Any questions or comments, guys, leave them below, and please subscribe and share these videos. I am going to have a system set up soon. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, where I'm going to have automated cameras and you guys can just scroll through the farm and see what you want. I might have a couple of cameras in the laying boxes and stuff, and then I'm also going to have if there are so many likes or whatever, that automated feeder is going to go off. Look at this guy. He's trying to attack me. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's going to attack me. He's going to attack me. Don't attack me. Don't attack me. No. But yeah, I deal with these guys all day long. They're the brothers of Nightmare Brothers right here. They try to attack me every time I go by them. Look at this. 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 Look at this, look at this, look at this, look. Alright guys, questions or comments, leave them below. Just look at all this stuff to split. It's all cut to length at least, so we'll let the sun dry it out a bit and split it up. Questions or comments, talk to you guys later. Love you guys, share and subscribe, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Ciao.